So without others to converse with, so it'll probably be a short discussion this week. Um, and you said you had a chance to read the chapters?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then my discussion will not be confusing. Much like one of the other books we read by Pema Chodron, I really feel like she wanted to emphasize the loving kindness, or Maitri practice. I'm not sure how to say it.
Hmm. Maitri. Maitri.
Maitri,
Yeah.
Maitri, which I appreciate as an emphasis because I personally have appreciated the practice since it was introduced to me as something that I've been working to incorporate. That loving kindness, not just to others, but also to myself. And she really pushes home some examples, which I liked. I
Yeah, that was a good reminder that I kind of needed again because there's always kind of this conception in the back of your head that when you do meditation and whatnot, you will get better. But yeah, she reminds us, no, that is not what it's all about. Instead, it's about making peace, whatever is there.
mm-hmm. Well, and I
And
like the way she says it later on. I don't know exactly where, but she says that, we can't be expecting a cure. And I think that
mm,
that was really meaningful to me because I often do feel like I'm trying to cure something about myself, right?
yeah, same. Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that was a very solid reminder of practice. Um,
Oh yeah,
the
that's
mhm.
actually something I highlighted as well. The three awakenings. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
resonated with me also.
Well, and I thought the story she used to lead up to it was also interesting and very resonant for me because I'm a vivid dreamer myself. I have very vivid
Mm,
dreams at night, so this idea of awakening in that aspect was interesting as a metaphor. But yeah, the three: awakening from the dream of ordinary life, awakening at death from the dream of life, and awakening into full enlightenment from the dream of delusion. Yeah, that was really interesting to think about. A lot of her book so far has mostly been hitting some of my insecurities that I've been dealing with regarding my attachment to life itself, at like my fear of my own mortality, if that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
And so to start to see it as an awakening from the dream was a very interesting, gentle way to approach this mindset, and something I think I'm going to bring into my meditation practice.
Yeah, I heard. I guess.
Sorry. Um, yeah, so overall, chapter 5 was very much just a reminder of the loving kindness practice and remembering how to put it into motion so that I'm not just trying to be kind to others, but pulling that inward as well. There it is. Cutting our
Yeah.
expectations for a cure is a gift we can give ourselves. There is no cure for hot and cold, they go on forever.
Mm.
So, just that felt very worthwhile for reflection. Um, and that's chapter 5.
That's chapter five, indeed.
Chapter 6 was also, I think chapter 5 was a more broad kind of awakening and meditation and loving kindness, but then she gets into, it says not causing harm, but I feel like she spends a lot of time in chapter 6 really focusing on yourself individually. And maybe blowing that out of proportion, but it feels like she did. Um, and then I really was interested in this concept of refraining, or mostly I think another word for it would be impulse control or restraint.
Mm. Yeah.
And she uses refraining to kind of pull in impulsivity, which I know is something I've struggled with in the past, is acting really impulsively. Um, and then she uses it as an example of a way to befriend yourself. And I thought that that connection was interesting. Overall, it does seem to be another just a slow reminder and taking us back through that path and mindset of not harming others, reminding us that harm comes in many forms, that a lot happens when we are harming ourselves or others, and that at the root of all that harm is ignorance, which I thought was a neat little way to tie that together.
Yeah, it's always ignorance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So using the practice, using Maitri to liberate ourselves from that ignorance was a fun thing to think about, I guess. I say fun. It's not a great word for it, but you know what I mean? It
Interesting.
was an
Interesting.
interesting thing to think about and reflect on, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any particular thoughts about chapter 6?
No, not right now.
Well, that was my hot and fast chapters 5 and 6 then.
Yeah, fairly short, I think, both of them.
I think I could probably clump more chapters together.
I mean, it always depends on how much in of a reading mood I am in
Yeah.
any given day. But
I'll
today it
probably
was,
keep the current pacing the way it is, but um yeah, on a good day it's like woo zoom, I zoomed through that, but on a on a if I it's really a struggle, I get what you're
mm,
saying. It can be
yeah,
difficult
yeah,
to uh pull through.